I don't get it.
Podcast. You guys, we're together. All the three of us. Around a kitchen table in my apartment again. But this time the apartment's in Rhode Island.
It's the exact same apartment.
Well.
Same table. Nothing's different. Nothing's different because nothing's different and nothing's changed. Nothing's different.
Oh, different. Wow, what a cool word,
That
Lauren.
just came out accidentally.
Actually, is there a difference? Oh, of course there is. I was going to say, is there a difference between different and change? And yes, of course there are.
So what's something that would be different? That's like, I guess it would be something that's kind of different, but kind of still the same.
Well, it's in a different place with the same apartment, so it's different.
Right.
I think this is the only example that I can truly think of.
Yeah. Well, my chin, I just got filler in it. It's my chin's a little different
right?
because it's kind of different, but it's exactly the same.
Yeah, as in, like, it's still on your body, but it's just a little...
It was a subtle difference. Different. Well, speaking of different, can I just go into one real quick? I don't get it.
Sure.
CHEUGY is a word that has now entered. Well, first of all, it came to life in 2013. I just read as a loser because I did not know that. And it was popularized by Gen Z. And I'm sure everyone listening has heard the term before, but let me
Except for me, which actually, when I thought about it a little bit more, I was like, that sounds actually kind of familiar.
I did not know it came out in 2013.
13?
Me neither. So CHEUGY is used to describe lifestyle trends associated with the early 2010s and millennials. Attack on us. This aesthetic has been described as the opposite of trendy or trying too hard. I've been using this word so much, and I'm always like, am I CHEUGY? I probably am in so many ways.
Wait, the opposite of trendy or trying too hard? The opposite of trying too hard, which would be trying just enough.
No, sorry. Described as the opposite of trendy.
The opposite of trendy, so not trendy.
Exactly, not trendy and trying too hard.
Okay, so you're not trendy and you're trying too hard?
Exactly.
It's like this. It's like a girl going out and she puts on like a peplum top and a big pink lip. You know, like she's trying really hard and to look cute, but she's failing.
But when I think of the trend,
totally out of trend.
That's what you said. It's not trendy.
Yeah, but it's also stuff from like 2010s that we grew up with. So the one thing I remember,
so a peplum top is perfect.
Yes, and I think of like the Live, Laugh, Love cursive font on like a bathroom wall, like a decal. Yeah, that's CHEUGY as fuck. Apparently.
Okay, well, those are things I can get down with because nobody should be wearing peplum tops or having the Live, Laugh, Love things.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys, it's okay to have like a little signage in your house, but a Live, Laugh, Love?
Okay.
Do you have one?
But you have that font in your house.
That is not what I am about to say. I'm about to say
what
something.
Did I say? I said I don't care if it's that font and signage. I said just don't say like that specifically.
But that's still CHEUGY. Apparently,
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. They say farmhouse style is CHEUGY. I'm like, come on.
Well, really?
I love yeah, but come on. We're not farmhouse style's beautiful. Okay. Go for it, babe. Jared was going to join us for one of our first I Don't Get It's, but now he has to go poopy.
We're on a CHEUGY.
So
I had to
go
do it
poopy
CHEUGY
and then come out, but don't sit on the toilet for 20 minutes and then let your poop simmer underneath you, as we've discussed on a podcast earlier.
That was my biggest I Don't Get It.
It's my biggest
I
don't get it.
She just said that my biggest I don't get it.
My biggest I don't get it of life is still how Lauren and Jared sit above their poop for minutes.
They just cook over it like a pot top.
It's bizarro.
It's gross.
Okay, continue, Lauren. What were you saying?
Okay, well, I was saying this could be a sensitive, hot topic for all you guys out there. Maybe you're sensitive about this stuff, but I think the ultimate chug is someone who gets very heavy, obvious eyelash extensions.
Oh my God, yes.
That's kind of chuggy.
Because
that's not what I think of chuggy, but
you're
that's
trying
funny.
so hard. You think like, oh, the longer and thicker the lash, the better I'll look.
No.
The more, attractive I'll be. That's not true, you guys. PSA out there. That's not true. So it's very chuggy because that came out in 2013 when everyone started to get them.
You guys, eyelash extensions are all about enhancing your natural eye shape, okay? Not creating a bug on top
like
of your eye.
Like a hood.
But
not a centipede on your lash
line. Let me just defend these people. I was that.
No, you
weren't.
I
thought it looked, yes, I got, you guys remember, I got eyelash extensions forever
but
and I thought they looked amazing.
Thick, Naz.
No, they were tasteful.
But I look back and I'm like, ew.
Okay, well,
why did I... ever
Yours
have
are the
that.
Chug version. The Chug version is when they're way too heavy and you can barely see the eyeball.
You guys, there's a girl who works at a restaurant around here, and I'm telling you, it's like an entire tarantula is on her face.
Yeah.
And I like almost want to take you to the restaurant so you can see this.
Oh gosh.
Anyway, I know that sounds horrible, but like all I want to do is take her under my wing.
You can't make fun of someone for things they can't change, but bitch, you can change those.
Oh, Lauren,
Refinery-
perfectly put.
Refinery 29 is an article that says the word chuggy is already chuggy, which I think
Oh
that
my
is-
God, of course
which that
it
is
is.
me because I'm that millennial that's like,
Yeah.
is this chuggy? Oh my God, that's so chuggy. And it's like, God damn, I hope I'm not. And I honestly get offended because I hated when people call me basic. I'm like, I'm not
Yeah.
basic. But like, you know what? I guess I kind of am. in some ways, you know?
in different ways. I think we're all a little bit
Like I like the
basic.
M&M McFlurry. That brings me so much joy.
Yeah,
that
but
has
it's
to be
not
so
basic. That's a
basic.
food.
I think that's kind of cool about me, but maybe that's just me being chuggy and basic.
I don't
you know?
think so. What? Because you have good taste buds? You're basic? Come on now.
No.
I guess. I don't know.
Maybe the fact that you talk about that love so much is a little basic.
That's chuggy, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well, whatever. It goes on and on. You guys can look up lists. There's like BuzzFeed and stuff. But apparently if you have like Dunder Mifflin shirts, fraternity shirts, anything in a
yeah.
cursive font. You know what I think is the ultimate chuggy thing? Bachelorette parties. Bachelorette
100%.
parties are the most chug central.
Well, how about
And
ones
all
that
the
you
merch
go
that
away
comes with
for
it.
multiple nights and like you go to a destination?
When
like
you wear
that's
a
the
sash-
ultimate millennial thing,
Yes,
right?
like a Vegas bachelorette party.
Yeah.
And you're wearing a sash and tiara,
And you have someone
unfortunately.
take a picture of you guys all cheering, going, and your mouth's
Yeah.
half open. You go,
Lauren, the
Z's
bridesmaid
coming
thing
for us.
that you said you never wanted,
Yeah.
where they girls
matching
take
robes.
pictures in
Yeah.
robes all lined up
Yes,
with bare feet.
So true.
Yeah.
Not happening at my wedding.
I go,
Anyways.
this I don't want.
I know.
This I don't want.
But it's okay if you guys do it. Just be proud.
Yeah.
Be chug and proud, I guess.
Oh my God, so funny.
Anyways,
You're
enough
good
with the
style,
chugginess.
guys.
Okay, so I have one thing bringing us back to our last ramble. Lauren and I were talking about weird things that make us cry. And then I went to New York afterward, like a couple days afterward, and I was like, oh my God, how did I not think about this as one of the weird times that you and I cry? At the end of a Broadway show.
That's not a weird time to cry, is it? I think that's a beautiful time to let tears flow.
How isn't that like kind of the same
Well-
as the Star Spangled Banner?
No, but you guys were so specific. You're like, at Gillette Stadium, at 7 minutes into the Star Spangled Banner, we cry. And I was like, that's fucking weird that you guys both
When
synchronatically
you
cry
do
at that time.
"And the Rockets." No, okay.
We are Penn State.
Yeah, at a college you didn't go to, fucking weird. But at the end of a Broadway show, I mean, that's
Yeah.
so beautiful.
Well, yeah.
Even Broadway shows I didn't like or I thought were mediocre. I'm
That's
like,
weird.
Oh, yeah.
That's real weird. But that's it.
But like, yeah, you see, they work so hard,
Yeah,
all the
and they
effort,
love-
and then they're bowing and they're smiling.
They're so happy because
They're
they
so
love their
happy.
show.
Yeah, so there you go.
What is it about it, you think? Is it all that stuff, or is it just tug at your nostalgic heartstrings?
No,
Like,
no,
what
no.
is it?
Because even when they was like the first couple shows, like I was 19 standing in Hairspray
It's a
after seeing it for the
collective-
first
it's a
time. And I was like,
collective
oh my
thing.
God, why am I like choked up right
That's
now?
what it is. It's when you guys see people in unison
Yeah, it's
doing something
unison,
together,
collective,
whether
yeah.
it's chanting Penn State
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
bowing on a Broadway
exactly?
stage.
Yeah.
And everyone's like just looking and yeah. That's
Bright lights.
That's so cute that
Or
you guys...
the first time the fucking giraffe came out in Lion King.
Oh my, did we ever? We had to have talked. Oh my God.
Wait, you are crying during Circle
You
of
guys,
Life. I have
there's
to
no
take a video of
way.
this.
There's no way that we didn't talk about this on the podcast because Lauren and I had the podcast. We had I don't get it for at least like 2 years leading up to us seeing The Lion King on Broadway for the first time. And the second that like the first note hit and then like all the animals start slowly going down the aisle of the Broadway theater, Lauren and I were uncontrollable. We looked
crying when the giraffe came out.
We looked at each other and we were like, you're yeah. And it's like streams.
But it was like to a point of hyperventilation.
You guys are unhinged.
It was like seeing The Notebook in theaters for the first time.
the both of you were unhinged.
Because it was just so grand.
You know what I want to do? I'm grand. That's a perfect word. And you know what my producer brain's thinking right now? Like, you know those videos when they put like old people seeing music videos for the first time, like just sitting in front of an iPad. I literally want to sit the both of you in front of an iPad with a green screen behind you and just play random things in life to see how much you cry or don't cry.
I don't know. Funny. I think it has to be a live thing with me and Lauren.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's not through like a screen necessarily.
Oh, interesting. It has to be IRL. I like that.
Yeah, it needs to be around us.
That's totally like Bubby and Grandpa coming out.
You know? Absolutely. Because Bubby would do that. Like
Bubby cried all the time.
As like kids, when she was like in her 60s, she would like cry at everything, like theater, like arts. Yeah. And I would be like, why is my grandma so weird?
And then Grandpa loved
being like he loved us like painting his face and like he'd like act and stuff like
every
that.
time we leave a show, my dad would be like, your grandpa would love that.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I met your grandpa. What was his name?
Dominic.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Okay, so
that's amazing.
Jared's hovering over us, waiting for his I don't get it to hit the stage. So
things to do.
Do you really though?
Yeah, he has manly things to do. He's got to check. What did you say? Check the oil, fill the air in the tires.
Yep. He like
Lauren's
loves
still
to
crying over the giraffe.
He loves.
Oh my god! What?
Oh, Lauren,
you're such a beautiful human.
Oh, she is.
I've been crying more in my life this month than ever.
Oh no, she's thinking about real sad things now. Because
No, I think I just feel like crying.
Oh,
just
you know when you go
because we're all together.
Well, it's also because it's their first time away from Hunter ever.
Oh, maybe there's a little separation anxiety there.
Always.
She's like, yeah. Lauren, I love you, and I love how much you cry.
New development.
No, I'm this way. So you guys make you feel so seen. That's how I am in every social setting lately. I'm just in the corner, like with my glasses on. Everyone's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "I'm fine. I'm fine."
I love having glasses on when I cry because it's really you have a little shield on.
I think we got to change the name of this podcast to Crying.
Maybe we're going through a crying phase.
If you guys feel the need to cry as much as me, maybe it would be a great time to check out BetterHelp. I sure have.
Excuse me, giraffes make me cry.
Basically, a lot of things make you cry. So if you guys want to check out BetterHelp, it is a online therapy session that you can talk on the phone, you can text, you can FaceTime or video call, and you can get connected to a therapist within 24 hours.
Yeah, and I have been using BetterHelp recently in conjunction with therapy just because it's so convenient and they have people all around the world, and now I'm traveling again now. And we didn't really talk about this on this particular podcast, but I will open up about it later. But I've just been in like such a funk, and it's been so hard to shake. And I think one of the best ways to sort of move with that is by letting it out and talking to someone about it. So they have licensed professional counselors who specialize in depression, stress, anxiety, like sleeping issues, trauma, self-esteem, anything. And everything that you share is confidential. But the best part about BetterHelp is that they are affordable, which I think is probably like the biggest, hardest thing when it comes to the mental health industry is like, how do I get help and how am I able to like afford it? That's how you are through BetterHelp. Mm-hmm. And so many people have been using BetterHelp that they're actually recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states.
And if you guys want to start living a happier life today, as a listener of the I Don't Get It podcast, you're going to get 10% off your first month by visiting betterhelp.com/getit. So join over 1 million people taking charge of their mental health at BetterHelp, HELP.com/getit.
Anyways, let's not keep Jared any longer.
Okay. So, but Jared loves to find errands to run so he can be like his dad. Oh, yeah. And he's like, I have to go get coffee in the newspaper, and then I have to go sit down, and then I'm going to go fill up Ashley's gas tank because apparently she can't do that anymore, which is very sweet. And he's like, I got to go to the bank, get some cash. All the dad errands.
The beach, I don't know if it accepts cards or not, okay? Woman, what do you want?
You sit down. Sit down for a second.
No, I'll stand.
No. You
I
can't
want to stand.
We don't have good audio if you stand.
This isn't good audio?
All right, just do your
fine,
thing.
Jared. Okay.
So, also, do you guys realize that none of you have brushed your teeth yet?
Yeah. I brushed my teeth.
First of all, you have coffee in the morning first, and then you brush your teeth.
I fully understand.
To brush your teeth and then have coffee is counterintuitive and disgusting.
Exactly.
Sorry, I brush my teeth and have coffee and go on with my day.
You do that every day?
Every day.
Then
Wow.
we now have proof that Lauren is a psychopath. That is so weird.
No, I mean,
you have minty coffee in the
I don't
morning?
think it's weird, but I don't like doing that.
That's
like some days you
grossy.
have to do it if you're like out the door.
It's too much gross on gross.
That's
know?
like no,
Gross
it's
on
not.
gross
That's
on
like
gross.
having brushing your teeth before dessert. In my head,
I don't like it.
anyway.
Okay.
I don't like it either because then, you get that bad taste as the first couple sips. But that is a true, I don't get it. They say, sorry to, we're rambling, right?
We are so excited
We're
to be
so
around each
rambling.
other. I can't believe it's like
These
I'm on
podcasts,
steroids
the
at
quality-
10 a.m. and I'm jet lagged. And it's like, I don't know what it is. The three of us, when we get in front of a mic, we're like,
The quality of the podcast is far superior together. Sorry, guys. All right, so they had this on the Today Show. They said, what do you do before we brush before or after coffee?
wow, they're
They
really
say-
scraping the bottom of the barrel down there.
Slow news week.
They said that, this is like, the Hoda and Jen hour. They said that you are supposed to brush before coffee because coffee is acidic, that it's sitting on your teeth. When you brush your teeth, you can be messing up your enamel more.
See, this is why I do it, guys.
That's why Lauren
Especially
has a
my
smile.
enamel.
Because I do like the hot water and lemon and coffee, and that's really bad. So
Oh,
I'm
that's
probably
so
scraping off so much.
That's so acidic, Ashley.
I know. Okay, anyway, Jared is still here waiting patiently in the sidelines. He said the other day we were leaving New York City, and he was like, why would anybody want to live in a city where there's quote always something to do?
Oh yeah, I never understood that when people are like, "Oh, I love being there. There's always something to do," and I'm like, really? Do you really want to be always doing something? That sounds like a horrendous way to live. That was my own opinion.
It's funny because you guys know most of my friends moved to New York from Florida. So like most of people in my life live there. And that's what's amazing about it is there's always something to do. But that would be so stressful to me to know that I'm inside watching a movie and there's a million things happening outside. I would have the worst FOMO ever.
It's not. It's
And
just like I don't want
anxiety.
to always be doing something. Like and people are like,
You
in
don't have to
LA,
do
it's so
everything.
cool. There's always something to do. And I'm like, that sounds horrendous. I don't always want to be doing something.
Also, like, what is there always to do? You
yeah,
know?
I know. Like go to a party.
No, it's like go to a bar, drink, like walk around.
Museum, go to like the Statue of Liberty. Like,
No, it's cool to be in a city or a place where there's things to do. There's plenty of stuff to do in Rhode Island. You kidding me? Look at this. Look outside.
You guys,
the world is
please
your oyster.
describe how Jared is in Rhode Island.
Rhode Island, Jared, we went to dinner
He
last
really
night,
should be
guys.
on a double-decker bus with a microphone. In
He,
Rhode Island.
1,000%. He is the mayor of Rhode Island. I feel like he's like,
I got ideas.
you're like the Michael Scott of this city. Everyone's like, oh my God, that's Jared. Like we went out last night and like 3 people stopped you that weren't even fans of The Bachelor. They were just people the inhabitants of Cranston, Rhode Island.
Yeah, it's like Rhode Island's small states. Like Olivia,
the smallest,
Olivia
actually.
Culpo, Pauly D, me.
And we'll just end that there. That was perfect.
Wait. Jared had one more I don't get it that came up again in the car this week. He says, is there a difference between rain and showers? Like there's going to be showers today?
It was so stupid. The weather, I was watching the weather and they're like, okay, rain in the morning and showers in the afternoon. And I was like, I'm sorry, is there a fucking difference?
There is.
I'm assuming that showers is more spotty. Where rain is a consistent downpour of water. Where showers is like, hey, if I move to the left or right, I could avoid this.
Yeah,
It'll get sunny later or something like that.
Yeah.
You guys, Jared, also what I've learned about Rhode Island, Jared, is he's a goddamn meteorologist.
Oh, I'm checking the weather left and
We're
right,
going
baby,
to the
every
beach
minute.
today, and Ashley and Lauren are like, "Oh, let Jared check his radar." I was like, "What?"
Do you know how much I've missed checking the weather?
Oh, because
LA is so stupid. It's like, oh, today's 72 and tomorrow's 68. Go fuck yourself. Today, it's like, oh, it's going to rain for 3 hours, so we got to plan around things. And plus, it makes me appreciate nice weather. There's nothing better than when it rains and then it rains till 5 p.m. and then the sun comes out and it's a beautiful sunset and it's that crisp
I
air.
hate the sun after a rain.
Oh, go cry.
Go cry.
Go cry. Go cry some showers.
I don't know how to feel then, Jared. The mood's all different.
I think Jared also wanted to discuss our Machine Gun Kelly stance.
Why?
Because you don't like him.
I don't have strong opinions.
Okay, so this is what I had to
I guess
say, 'cause
I don't have a strong opinion either, but I think he seems like a dick.
This was
well,
my.
that's a persona.
He was actually on my list of things we wanted to ramble about today because I think a great I don't get it is I don't get how your type can literally change. And for some people, and for me it has, and I just feel like a completely different person. Like I liked a certain guy in my early 20s, a certain guy in my later 20s. And then as you guys know, my ex like has blue eyes and like a pointy nose and like is a white boy, and it was so different than anything I've ever dated. And so I was studying for the Billboard Music Awards because I was covering it. And so I'm like going down Machine Gun Kelly's last album, which is he went from like alternative hip hop to pop punk. It is absolutely incredible. I think this guy was meant to be a rock star. But I watched a music video for my ex's best friend, and he's like jamming out to this like pink electric guitar on the top of this like on the underneath of a Benz. It's the hottest thing I've ever seen. And I'm staring at him, you guys, and I'm like, oh my God, this is the most stunning specimen I've ever seen in my entire life. 3 years ago, I thought Machine Gun Kelly was not that. My friend was obsessed with him, and I was like, I don't get it. And now I think he's the hottest guy in the world, and that is so weird that your type can change.
That is very funny.
Machine Gun Kelly.
But then, do you think that that's a type, or do you think that's just like an overall sex appeal of like unique people? Because there have been like musicians who I have found super sexy, but they don't necessarily fit into my type.
It's a type because 3 years ago I was like, no, I would never. I borderline kind of thought he was like icky, and now I'm like, any guy with a pointy nose and blue eyes, I'm like, you're the hottest person in the world. That is something that
happens. You liked a person with a pointy nose and blue eyes. Now you're searching for that in other people.
Yes.
And MGK is like so hot and that.
So you're just going to keep following that train. You're going to find someone with a pointy nose, and then that guy with the pointy nose is going to have brown eyes, and then you're going to like a guy with brown eyes and big ears. But then you're going to date a guy with big ears and green eyes, and you're just connecting these dots to go back to the person that you lost.
Wow.
And I have done that, and I have evolved, and it is so funny to see like, oh, that feature I liked because he had it. That feature I liked because he had it. That feature I liked because he had it. But back to Machine Gun Kelly. Literally, when I started dating Jack, he was like, everyone fucking tells me I look like this douchebag Machine Gun Kelly.
So literally, in my head, I now find Jack so attractive too.
Oh, great. Well, he lives in Nashville. You can go, hold on.
No, but no, first of all, I would never. What I'm saying is I never look twice at Jack's face ever. Yeah. But also now I'm like, I'm appreciating. I'm like, whoa, wow. He does look just like MGK.
I mean, he's a tall, skinny musician with
the pointy nose,
blue eyes, and blonde hair.
And pronounced cheekbones and all that.
Exactly.
But I saw this thing on TikTok.
If you guys know of anyone that looks like what we just described, please DM them to me at Nas Perez.
No, wait a sec. I started this conversation off by saying he seems like a dick. I actually know nothing. I actually don't even know his songs. I'm that old, whereas like
you would not like his new music.
No, okay. I disagree. I think Ashley would like.
She does not like angsty music.
I don't like
angsty teen
we
music.
played Third Eye Blind and all that stuff.
Third Eye Blind, I don't. It's just more like a Linkin Park or a Simple Plan.
Like Newfound Glory.
I hate Blink-182, which is going to lead over into our next couple conversations.
This is the most combo we've ever had.
But guys, okay, so I don't know anything about him. All I know is that he's like literally never smiled once, right?
No.
From what I've gathered through research, he was born in 1990, which I actually thought he was younger than me.
Thank God he was born in 1990.
So he's like April 1990, I think, because I was like, oh my God, he's like a month after me. And he's a Taurus, and I love Taurus. That's why I also think he's so hot. Okay. But I've watched interviews, obviously, too. He's very well-spoken, and he's very nice. And I think he's like very, very intelligent. And I think he's just a rock star.
My bad. I should do some research.
No, but that's all I know.
He's giving off the persona that you want. He's giving off the persona that he wants you to think from an outsider.
So me as somebody who knows nothing,
he's not wearing spiky fingernails, so you think he's welcoming.
No, but it also doesn't help that like an icon from our like growing up, Eminem, like basically,
I don't know anything about that.
There was a whole feud between them, and so Eminem basically ended him. I don't know much about it either, but it's like, of course, most of us love Eminem.
I guess it's mostly for me, it's the Megan Fox thing because. She just started dating him so quickly after, breaking up with her husband and then like having 3 kids. And like there was rumors about like her not being, present with the kids and stuff like that.
Really?
But like that could also be Brian Austin Green being like absolutely bitter, which it probably is.
But they like had broken up and got back together, right?
Yeah, I feel like they're never solid. They like, it was like 15 years of them getting back together and breaking up.
I love her and MGK together.
Well,
I really do.
I think they make a lot of sense together.
No, I think they make a lot of sense together too. Yeah. Just from a pure stance because I know nothing.
Because they're stunning. Okay, so since I can't be with Machine Gun Kelly in real life. I have to tell you guys about my second best option currently for me. It's really working for me. So I'm stoked to talk about it, but it's called Femtasy. I'm sure you guys have heard us talk about it before, but if you haven't, it's a streaming platform and they have short erotic audio stories for women. And these really for anyone, but these stories are ethically produced and they're specifically designed to satisfy like our desires and provide pleasure. And it's just the best. It's narrated by both men and women. They're only audio, so you can create like an image in your head and just stimulate your imagination. And I think it's a great way to just explore your sexuality and bring your most like intimate fantasies to life. So if you live alone like me, I mean, this is crucial. This is crucial.
Let's talk about their mission. So Femtasy inspires and encourages women to embrace their sexuality by exploring their most intimate desires. They support women to not only enjoy their fantasies, but to lead a self-determined life under the duvet and in all walks of life.
It's kind of nice to have like a sexual podcast too, you know, like you're trying to unwind and you want to have something a little naughty just going on in the background and they get you in the mood for something later on.
Like when you're cleaning the house or
seriously.
working out.
Seriously, I think a lot of people do tap into it, but I would go as far to say that a lot of people don't. And I think that's what I particularly love about Femtasy. It's an easy way to sort of tune into like your sexuality, your sexual side, which I think is very important for everyone personally. And that's why I love it.
There are over 500 audios exclusively for you to connect to yourself and make the connection even stronger. You can listen to these fantasies and take time for yourself with Femtasy at femtasy.com, www.femtasy.com. And with the discount code GETIT, GETIT, you can save 25% on an annual subscription.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
So guys, with the code GETIT, you guys will receive a 25% discount on your annual subscription. Love yourself all year long, anytime, anywhere.
Okay, now take this. Is he hot or is he a musician?
A rock star.
He works at the gas station. He's good.
Yeah.
What do you think? You like him?
Right now, Naz Perez today
dressed in like his gas station apparel.
Yes, in June. First of all, gas station apparel is really cool.
Lauren, if I'm going to be honest, like,
June 2021, I think he's so hot. That's just so my type now. Not fortunately for me, I think.
Lauren, I think he looks like an exact mix of Hunter and Jack.
No, it's not.
Wait, why don't see Hunter in him at all?
I do, in his eyes.
Let me see.
And his like jaw area.
Yeah, if Hunter lost 104 pounds.
Yeah.
He's so hot.
He has the same look in his eyes.
Oh, like he has like that subtle, sexy, like almost closed eyes.
Almost,
thing
I was
that
just
Hunter
literally.
has. Hunter's
like
eyes
this.
are like half open in such a sexy way. It's like, hey,
His gross
dude.
feet are my favorite
He
part.
never opens his eyes fully.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
this. It's like I'm only half paying attention to you, which is what Lauren probably loves.
But that's
it's not that he is.
I know.
It's just
I've
the
never
look.
noticed
It's
that
the
his
look.
eyes are half open. Okay.
No, they're not half open. It's just like, hey.
No, I think this.
I think
guy,
look at Ashley and Jared. They're basically
Yeah, I
doe-eyed
know.
Disney princess
I
and
know.
princess.
but not really because we both
Prince
have
and princess.
almond eyes. We both don't have like.
I know, but you do have bigger eyes compared to like the average.
You think so?
I think
never-
all of us do.
I think you two definitely do, but I feel like
I guess yours and Jared's are a little
more like squinty.
I think.
But wait, yes. I'm looking at this from a very neutral standpoint of not knowing that he's an artist. I'd say that, yeah, this is an attractive person.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Ashley has the final say on those
There you
things.
go.
So
Yeah.
there you go.
I do?
Yeah. Can we go to another celebrity couple
yeah,
I
we
have
have
on
to
my
go
list?
to the other celebrity couple.
Okay.
The other one.
I
That's
bet we both have the same one on our
very
list.
related.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Travis Barker and Courtney.
No, that's not who I
Oh,
had
really?
on my list.
Who?
I want
J-Lo and Ben.
We have not talked about Bennifer.
Oh my god! Oh my!
Something
goodness.
I don't give a fuck about.
Are
so
you
go
serious?
For it.
We are we in the Rhode Island crew, just like of like our friends here.
Yeah.
we love the Bennifer. We talk about it
They're
all the
just
time.
having a good time.
So the first reason I wrote this down is because I was on the dating app and I saw someone on the app named Benjamin. And I was like, I need to talk to Ashley and Lauren about this because that's such an interesting name. Benjamin. It's not like, I thought it was Benjamin.
Yeah, Benjamin.
It's just Benjamin. It's like Benjamin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
Benjamin,
Benjamin.
yeah.
What an interesting name. And then my mind was like, oh, Bennifer. We haven't talked about this. You can talk about them together. I honestly could care less, like Lauren too.
Really?
The reason why I wanted to bring it up is because my best friend, when it first got announced, was like, oh my God. She texts me, J-Lo cannot be alone. And I was like, what are you talking about? And she goes, she literally can't be alone. And she goes, yep, just Googled it. There's a bunch of articles where J-Lo says she literally can't be alone.
Yeah.
And so I thought
she's our Lauren.
that'd be an interesting topic of conversation where I never really thought about it, but she really is with someone like a couple days later. And she's, according to my friend who's read articles, admitted it. I was going to Google it this morning. Sorry, I haven't yet. But anyways.
I mean, that makes
interesting?
sense.
Well, in the case that like I know that A-Rod cheated on her, like I know it because I actually have inside sources.
Oh, no way.
That go beyond the you know, the Southern Charm girl.
Yeah.
I was like,
whoa, what you just dropped?
I can't
I know,
say
but
anything.
that was a huge thing you just dropped.
But like I was like, you go, girl. Like, you move on and you do bigger and better and like way more attention grabbing and like everybody.
But is Ben Affleck bigger and better?
Oh my God, where's Jared for this? You guys know that Jared and I just love Ben so much.
I know. I just think of like, I'm just so team Jennifer Garner. I think she's just the
of
most
course.
incredible human. And like, I just think Ben, I like Ben Affleck too. If I ever met him, I would love it. But I think he has a little, some things to work through. That's all
He
I think.
totally does, but there's something endearing about him because, like,
I mean,
he's been so successful. Why do you seem so angry?
I'm not angry. I don't think he's attractive.
Okay, I don't find him attractive.
Okay, I find it
All I
always
think
in
about
life
is him
either.
smoking that cigarette outside his house,
and it's
looking
hilarious.
up, and that's all
you guys,
I think
he's
about.
so real. He's like the realest movie star. He's the ultimate guy's guy, and he like has. I don't know. He's just so raw. If you don't like feel like you know Ben Affleck, you have to Google Ben Affleck talks about Tom Brady because like that is like.
Wasn't he drunk during that interview?
Yes. But
I've seen it.
He is just like my kind of person where he's so passionate, you know, about like everything.
Right.
And he like is so imperfect, but like there's something so rootable about him. I don't know.
I actually think it's very weird because I think he's one of the most unrootable people in Hollywood. I think people are just. I think when it doesn't work with someone as heavenly as Jennifer Garner,
you automatically make him the villain.
But then
which he shouldn't be.
Like,
it's unfortunately how Hollywood works. But like. Do you get what I'm saying?
I totally get what you're saying.
Okay,
but like,
as long as you get what I'm saying.
The thing is, for me, it's because he like admits those things. Like he says that losing Jennifer Garner was the worst thing that's ever happened to him, like his biggest regret in life. And like,
you're like,
those
he's a
little
human.
glimmers where it's like he fucks up, but then like he admits he fucks up, and he's like self-aware in that sense. Okay. And I literally am acting like I know him.
Yeah, you are.
I need to watch more stuff about him because I don't. Like, I actually
know
don't
him
watch
in movies,
his stuff.
and I don't watch his interviews. And
So I just always love his movies, and like
Argo,
he was such a
I
crush
like him
of
as a
mine
director
as a kid.
more.
Yeah.
Argo, I think, was one of the best movies I've seen in the last
good.
10 years. But I don't love him like in movies. I love him, but I'm not like dying to go because he's in it. Does that make sense?
Have you ever seen Bounce?
No, I haven't.
You guys see Bounce?
Okay.
I mean, Pearl Harbor was a huge chapter in my life.
Right.
Gone Girl.
But like in all those movies, he's heir to me.
That's what I mean. Like,
I feel like there's
Like,
just
I'm-
a male figure.
Oh my
and I'm
God.
just-
Like,
yeah.
I'm not going because he's in it.
Yeah.
Let me just get it straight. I do like Ben Affleck, but I'm not going because he's in it. As opposed to like if Emma Stone's in a film or like Anthony Hopkins is in it, I'm like, this is gonna be good.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Do you know what I
because
mean?
Ben, Mark Wahlberg, like Kate Winslet.
Anyone from the Boston area.
Any Bostonian actor.
Leo. Those are like the only actors that like I'm going to see their movie whether I think it looks good or not.
Right.
And I just like support them. Anyway, I could go on and on, but I think the real and first between Bounce and like and Pearl Harbor, when I was a kid, like 13, like formative years, I was like, I want to marry a guy like that. Right. He was just like the ultimate like man to me, but like with an approachable sauce. I don't know. I'm so ridiculous right now, but if Jared were here, he would completely speak to me.
I get what you're saying.
But what I love about Bennifer, and this is the last thing I'll say about this, is that she's the ultimate glamazon, the complete opposite from him, who is the guy's guy, real dirt, like salt of the earth, looks like he has been drinking and smoking all night long, and then somehow he lands the glamazon, and they have this sexy relationship, and I just feel like it's awesome because there's such a dichotomy there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I can see it. They are such an interesting pairing where you look at it and you're not like, this does not make sense.
Yeah. But it cleans up so well, too.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah. But that's J-Lo with anyone, right? Because she's been with, I mean, from Casper Smart to literally Sean Diddy Combs to Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
She must be super cool. Do you know what I mean? Because she clearly can click with a lot of guys.
It was funny. I
like to think of myself in that way.
a
glamazon that clicks with many different male archetypes.
A friend of mine
pointy noses and not pointy noses.
One sec. I need to say this though, because a friend of mine who works at, I think she works at E now, she said that she doesn't want this relationship, which she's very in support of, to make the Ben that fumbles his Dunkin' Donuts go away. And I agree. Like, we need to keep that true Ben, because in the picture, you know the picture I'm talking about.
No. Did he fumble Dunkin'?
Oh my God. Naz. Hold on. Sorry.
I'm not up on Boston pop culture.
Dunkin'.
I love it.
Jared posted this. Okay, this is he gets Dunkin' delivered to his door every morning.
Well, no wonder you guys are praying to him like he's Jesus Christ. Affleck, who claims to drink Dunkin' every day, has had 2 constant partners during the pandemic. His girlfriend, Ana de Armas, I loved them together, and a cup of Dunkin' iced coffee.
About them.
Ana de Armas, she's so hot.
She is.
That's really cool.
Isn't
That's
that
why you
funny?
love him. Yeah.
This is like the most epic picture ever. He's got his munchkins there.
I kind of hope you never meet him.
I never want to meet him because he could never. I don't want him to
someone you
disappoint
can never
me.
meet. Ashley, like if you and Jared
it's like
see
Justin
him,
Timberlake.
Yeah.
do not walk up to him. Do not. Because if he says anything subpar, your dreams are going to be crushed.
I know, totally.
Okay, next.
Okay, wait.
That's it. So much to talk about.
I guess that's it.
I have one more celebrity couple, actually.
Oh, yeah, the Courtney and Travis.
No.
You don't even care that much.
What
I do. I think there's a lot to debate here.
Okay, then talk about them, and then I'll do my last one.
Okay, everybody is so supportive of them, and I'm like, are you kidding me, guys? How could you not be like? I don't even care about like whatever's going on with Travis, which seems way overly sexual and infatuation like. Okay, like this seems like something that is just a physical thing. Based on what we're seeing in the pictures, okay? I don't know what's going on inside closed doors. But the fact that you have 3 children of Scott,
people are going to come for you, Ashley. Scott, I mean, they've resurfaced so many shitty
it's such a
things
double
Scott
standard
has done.
Like what?
He has said some very like awful, demeaning things to Courtney.
Oh,
like
really?
what?
I didn't know that.
Literally go back and watch old episodes of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, his behavior and things that like we are excusing just because they have 3 kids together isn't good. Yes.
I don't remember anything standing out from
me neither.
I will find a compilation of things that he said that are like, oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good. And it's not even snowflakes saying it. It's like, oh, that's not good.
The extent of what I know is that Travis lives very close to them and has had a crush on Courtney for a very long time.
But also had a crush on Kim.
Yes.
Right, but then Kim said that wasn't that they were just friends.
Yeah, I know.
But like, duh, if someone has it's like someone having a crush on you and Lauren. You guys look similar. Like that's not weird.
Yeah.
What I like about it is first Travis Barker's like kind of in my type now.
Yeah, I can tell.
Second of all, I just love how much he loves Courtney.
It does
that
seem like
flower gift on her birthday. I was like, yes,
seem like
this is what every woman deserves. Every woman deserves.
Okay, fine. I guess I'm just like, I know Scott from the show being on for over like what is it, like 15 years?
Right.
So like I feel like I know him. I feel like I don't know Travis, and yes, there is something like he's part of the family, so it'd be so crazy if she ended up with somebody other than him. Yeah. If apparently he said horrible things, then that's like one thing. I don't want to excuse whatever horrible things they are, but we have seen over 15 years. So it's like, okay, he was very young at the beginning of the show. And it does seem like we've really seen a lot of growth from him. And he seems like he loves her so much in that genuine, like never going away sort of way.
In the second to last episode of the final season of Kardashians that we all watched together, Courtney says that there's like a lot that her and Scott have talked about, not on camera, not in front of the family, that like people don't know. Yeah. And she's told him what she needs, and he hasn't really lived up to that, according to Kourtney Kardashian,
which is the main source here.
Which I love her. So, yeah.
Well,
okay, that's
we'll see how long this lasts. It could be for a while, but I don't think it's like gonna be forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey guys. So. What time do you think it is to talk about?
It's Rothy's time.
It's Rothy's time. Guys, if you haven't got a pair of Rothy's, I'm not really sure what's wrong with you because I've talked this product up so much and like you've got to be wondering. You've got to be curious. Why am I so obsessed with them? Well, you have to try them out and you'll understand because they're the only flats that don't cut up the back of my foot. They are like stretchy.
You don't need socks with them, really.
Socks. Lauren has hers in sneaker form and she wears them every day when she's highlighting.
I wear them to Pilates too. My Pilates instructor was like, "Are those Rothy's?" I'm like, "They are Rothy's." She was like, "How do you like them?" I was like, "They're incredible." The next time I came back, she had a pair. She was like, "You were so right. No cap, guys."
No cap.
She literally bought them.
What does no cap mean?
You're such a chew. Gang, gang. Rothy's is the best, you guys. Literally, I feel like they just form to your foot.
They do.
And who wants like excess material on your feet? Nobody. I love them because I just literally think they're the most comfortable and like best flats that you'll never get tired of wearing.
Well, I'm obsessed with the fact that they're also all made from plastic recycled water bottles. They're fully machine washable and they come in so many different shapes, styles. Like you can do flats like me or sneakers like Lauren and colors. So there's something for your style and they have new stuff coming out all the time.
Speaking of new stuff, they actually just launched men's shoes. So make sure you guys check those out for the guy in your life, whether it's your dad, grandfather, boyfriend, nephew. Like, check those out because Rothy's is coming for the men.
Oh, one more thing I wanted to say is like I now have like Rothy's radar, like what you said. Mm-hmm. It's just like every time I see a woman with flats, they have like this little like
Rothy's?
They have like this little like blue
tag
like
on the
tag, yeah. And I'm like, oh, she's got Rothy's, I got Rothy's. It's like we're all cool. And now it's time for you guys to get Rothy's. So head to Rothys.com. That's ROTHYS.com/get it. Rothys.com/get it.
Okay, one thing I'm so excited to talk to you guys about. Please tell me you guys have seen the Friends reunion.
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Yes, I have.
Okay. Mind blown.
Why mind blown?
What do you mean? Because Jen and
David
Schwimmer had a crush on each other while filming, and they were like two ships in the night. And their first kiss was like their actual first kiss when Ross and Rachel kissed. And my mind was like, oh my God, they liked each other this whole time. You guys know
Is David Schwimmer married now?
Let's Google it.
I don't think he is married.
I think he is, but he was part of my sexual awakening.
Really?
Because
you preferred him over the other two?
he was my favorite, and I don't know if I should share this,
Yeah.
but the person I lost my virginity to reminded me of David Schwimmer, and that I think that was why.
That's funny. He's not married anymore. He was married from 2010 to
Guys,
2017.
okay, so can Jen and David be together?
I mean, that would be pretty
That
nice.
would be the coolest
Everybody
thing
would like that.
ever.
And everyone liked that.
Everyone, do it for us.
And just like that, my mind was blown.
I mean, I saw that in the TikTok, and I was like, "That's pretty cool." But she was with Brad Pitt. For
Well, that's
a lot
what I
of
was
that,
saying.
You know?
So,
And then he was with someone, and
Yeah.
then she was with someone.
Well,
so it
they
could
made
never
it seem,
happen.
They made it seem like it was early in the show. So, like, she wasn't with Brad until like 1997. And when did
I
the
don't know
show?
if was it
Friends
5?
premiere?
92
I
or
think it was
95.
95. Premiere date.
Wow, I have no. I feel like I just
1994.
ran a marathon talking to you guys. I have like no energy right now.
1994, guys. So okay, so basically, like they had a crush the first 3 years, and then she married Brad Pitt.
Yeah,
They got married into that.
Womp womp.
They got married into that in 1999. Brad Pitt. And her.
I also love like the evolution of my life and taste and style because I think back in the day, remember when I didn't truly understand Reese Witherspoon, and now I'm like I'm obsessed with Reese Witherspoon.
yeah, I love
and
her.
then I love Angelina Jolie, and I still love her, and I just picked a side like an ignorant
we
loser.
picked Angelina too. We were totally
and
team
now
Angelina.
I'm like, oh, damn, Jen and Brad were like.
Why did we all pick Angelina? Like as
I think
females
as
looking out.
I think
as-
I think I
brunettes.
related as a brunette. I think I'm not
right?
even kidding. I think I was ignorant and I saw it as like a brunette versus blonde kind of thing, as
think-
like a kid, you know.
Yes, a little bit to that, but I also feel like maybe we were like, oh, like everybody's so obsessed with Jenna. I'm going to be a rebel and choose.
No,
the
this is
Angelina
what
side.
happened. I asked the question. I'm going to answer it. I think it's like, what did your mom have a strong opinion about Jennifer?
Okay,
or
so I
Angelina?
think parents
Okay.
really do.
Parents, They define you on the side of Brangelina.
But Lauren is going to cry again.
No, I'm not.
My aunts were all Jen because,
really?
But think about it. Most of the people in my family were married, so they didn't like the mistress.
Yes.
But in my eyes, and to this day, Angelina was like the ultimate philanthropist.
Yeah.
She was an action star.
Yeah.
She was stunning. And
Yeah.
to me, I was like, that's what I want to be when I grow up.
Yeah.
You know?
So I think that we all looked at her the exact same way, or us, actually, and we were like, "That's who the most handsome in the most handsome in the man world. Holy hell! The most handsome man in the world should be with the most beautiful philanthropist, actress, whatever.
Yeah.
Not Jennifer Aniston, whose career was literally going down after Friends when this happened.
Well, yeah.
So, but then I'm thinking, as an adult 30-year-old woman engaged, I would pick Jennifer at this stage, you know?
Okay, so I have to elaborate more on
Okay,
this.
do
Yes,
it.
I think that it's like Angelina, you know, if I had to pick my girl crush of the two of them, it's Angelina, you know, like I
Right.
think like that's like bombshell stunning, right? Like a work of art versus like the pretty girl next door.
Yeah.
So I think when you're just looking at it from looks as a young person, you're like, okay. And then there was that philanthropist thing, like my mom, because
Adopted
this is like
all
my
those
mom.
kids and
This is our opinion coming from my mom.
And her father, like, she's just done so much, like, for certain parts of the world.
This is what I was
Or
gonna
bring
say.
awareness to. I don't know if she actually has done, but.
No, I think
But she's
Oh,
brought a lot
yeah.
of awareness.
Yeah.
No, I know. I'm
Yeah.
just saying
All the work
out loud.
she's
I
doing
haven't
in Africa.
researched.
Yeah.
Okay, so our mom was so team Angelina because she just did
interesting.
not like Jennifer
My
Aniston
mom
her
hated
whole life.
She didn't like
Why?
well, now she does. Now
Because
we
she liked the morning show, so now she likes Jennifer
No, she didn't
Aniston.
like the morning show. Remember, I watched that by myself.
And then she watched it again, and,
Oh, are you
and she
serious?
said that it was the greatest thing of all time.
What the hell?
Yeah,
I was
okay.
obsessed
That's
with it, and
funny.
I was like, "You guys, I'm
It's so
obsessed.
good.
I'm obsessed."
I know. Well, that's such an us show.
Yeah.
I just want to say
Yeah.
that I think we have uncovered that we're going through like a Jenaissance because I think I really think we're living in it. Maybe that's the title of this episode. There's a Jenaissance going on where I think people are now really appreciating Jennifer Aniston, and we're getting to see more sides of her that we didn't before
Yeah,
through the
she's-
reunion, through morning show.
Yeah.
My mom would be like, "Oh, Jennifer Aniston is just so fluffy. There's no depth." My mom would always be like, "There's no depth with Angelina. She's got so many things going for her. She just does such much good work. Blah blah blah."
So as like a sixth grader,
Yeah, I was listening to my mom.
Yeah.
But then, well, first off, good thing there was no kids involved with the whole Brad and Jen
Yeah.
thing because my mom probably wouldn't have been so team Angelina if there were kids involved. But now as an adult, yeah, I feel like Jen seems so nice. Like she seems like a really genuinely
Not even
sweet
nice.
person.
She's just a badass woman all around. Again, like in the same way where Reese Witherspoon is to me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like.
I mean, I guess there's not much to elaborate here, but
Not really.
I do have a greater appreciation for Jennifer now than I did when the whole Brad and Angela
Last
thing was
question:
going on.
do we think or want Brad to end up with Angie or Jen?
Jen, which is weird
I'm
because
saying, like,
now
in
there's
the end,
7
or
kids.
do
with the
they
other
all
ones.
end up with like different people? we
Oh,
think?
they should not be together. I don't think any of them should be with
I
Brad.
would love
I
Jen
don't
and
know.
David Schwimmer. I would die for that. If I saw them out at a coffee shop, I'd have a palpitation.
You guys, I feel like Brad and Jen could end up not. They seem really fun and
They
friendly
could.
and flirty.
They are friends. They are flirty.
Yeah.
She has her birthday at the Sunset Tower, which is my favorite hotel in LA every year. Obviously not in the pandemic.
And he goes all the
Brad
time.
goes. Yeah.
Yeah. Super nice. Wow. Could you imagine being cheated on and then you were still friends with a guy?
Well, yeah. I mean, you have to have a big heart, but also maybe the ultimate lesson in staying friends with your ex later on because you never know.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have more? I have more. I don't get it.
Yeah,
Do you
go
guys
for
have
it.
stuff?
So do I.
Don't.
Yeah.
I wrote John Mayer, but we already talked about him yesterday. I just love his new music. I think he's bringing 90s rock back. But Ashley
Speaking
thinks
of
it's
Jennifer
late
Aniston's
80s.
exes.
There we
yeah.
go.
Well, speaking of the world's exes, actually, great question for you guys before we move on to the next topic. Would either of you ever date John Mayer? Because I'm like, that's
No.
No.
it's like so scary to date.
No.
He's someone where you're like, I know I shouldn't do this, but I'm gonna do it.
Definitely.
Oh my God. Wait a second. No, definitely not. It's too much. But this kind of goes into the last conversation, which is something that, did you watch the movie Unfaithful?
No.
As a kid?
No.
You never seen it?
No. Who's in it?
Diane Lane.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Naz, I can't believe you've never
Okay,
seen
wait.
this.
Bounce and I Unfaithful. I'm gonna
Yes.
watch both.
Oh, you're gonna have some time with Unfaithful.
You're going
wait.
to touch yourself.
Wait, can I can't watch this alone.
Well,
No,
I watched
it's
it
not
like
like
last
a
week.
romance,
So.
really.
Okay.
It's like a thriller, kind of.
It's a thriller.
Oh, okay, I love it then.
It's like a high sex thriller.
Who else is in it? Diane Lane.
Richard Gere.
yeah.
And
Oh my God! More of him, yes.
And then
please.
some random French guy. No.
Olivier Martinez.
Wasn't he married to Halle Berry?
He was married to Halle
Your
Berry.
guys' memory is so incredible. It really is.
Olivier.
Okay, so why do I need to watch?
Okay,
him?
so we were in eighth? I was like in eighth grade or something.
Yeah, and I was like somewhere in high school, and this was like a really sexual movie. My mom was like,
Ooh,
I
this is a
remember
good movie. Watch this.
when she got back from the movie theater, she's like, I feel like I just watched porn with my friend. Oh my God. And like we were like, oh wow, I guess we won't be seeing that for a while. Anyway, we ended up seeing it a couple years later.
Right.
Lauren was obsessed with Olivia Martinez, which is, Halle Berry's ex.
long hair.
And she was just like 1000% team him. We don't want to tell you like the what happens in the movie.
Okay.
Because something happens.
Maybe people listening will
Yeah.
watch.
But the bottom line is it goes between him and Richard Gere and whose team you're on. And as a kid,
so
we were
hard.
like, of course you're going to go as like
With the
a
hot
horny
younger
teenager.
guy,
Horny
yeah.
teenagers. We were like, oh my God, it's so obvious. Why would she ever want to be with her boring husband, Richard Gere?
Right.
And
Her
now
boring husband, guys.
Richard Gere.
Yeah, Richard Gere is so classic.
I know. So then I watch, and I think it's maybe been like, who knows? It could be a decade since I watched it from start to finish. And a couple of days ago, I was like, oh, what do I want to watch right now?
Is that Daniel the Tiger? Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry,
They're getting
Lauren just
distracted.
pointed to the TV and
Daniel
we were
Tiger's
talking about
Neighborhood.
children's shows
Yesterday.
Anyways, okay.
Okay. So I was like, oh, I'm just going to put this on before bed, like watch 45 minutes of like something that I've already seen a zillion times. I watched it from start to finish. I was super captivated.
Wow.
And I felt nauseous the entire movie.
That's how much anxiety it gave you?
Yes, because
Whoa.
it is just so the like affair versus the husband. And now I think that the Olivier Martinez character is disgusting. I mean, he's beautiful,
Right.
but like you would just never want anything to do with him. And like the cheating aspect makes you so sick. And it's just like crazy the difference between being 20 and watching
Yeah.
something and being
14
married
or-
and
Well, that's why
33.
I always get worried when, I think people think that everyone stays the same. You know, like if you have an opinion about something like even a month ago, like that, my opinions change like by the minute, you know?
Yeah.
I'm always like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't see
And
it like
that's
that
a
before.
good thing is to have
it's a-
opinions
yeah.
that change.
Right,
Yeah.
to
Yes.
evolve as a
Yes.
human. Yes.
And
so,
take new information and be like, oh,
love it.
I have changed my opinion. That is
Yeah.
very good.
I love it. Like, for example, I also wrote down on my list how now I went from a window to aisle person.
See?
I
Always
love the
evolving.
window. I was like, who wouldn't want that view? I'm like, it's a view. Like, and I loved the window. And now I'm like older and I'm like, no, I have to pee all the time. There's more room on the right side of me
Yeah.
or the left side of me, depending on, which aisle seat you're in. And the view is just sky up until you take off or land.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm an aisle person.
Yeah, I prefer window on night flights. I like to like get nostalgic and like daydream out the window on night flights with
And
like
lean
music in
and
my and
sleep.
lean and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, leaning. Yeah, that's very
And
important.
then I guess if it's an early morning flight, I also want to lean against it. But if it's just like a regular day flight, I probably would prefer the aisle. I feel like I can breathe. It's a little less claustrophobic.
Yeah.
There's like also more control there. I feel like.
I have two more airplane things, even though this is like a subpar or sub genre airplane
Yeah.
podcast. I don't know what the fuck I'm
Always.
saying. I've never felt more poor when they're like, first class passengers may board first at this time. I just wrote that down. Never felt more poor in my life. And this will pertain to something I talked to Lauren about yesterday. So Hunter and Lauren were at a hockey game, and he posted on his Instagram
God,
story
so cute.
that we've been going to hockey games since this year, and it was like a long year ago.
2013, 14?
Yeah.
2013, 14, and Lauren still doesn't know like what's going on
Yeah.
or whatever. And I am sitting on the plane and they're playing the emergency video. I have been on a gazillion planes and I never watch it. If we went down, I wouldn't know what to do. And
No
I would
one would.
pray that I had absorbed something over the years of passively watching it. And I wrote, why am I so goddamn lazy? Why don't I just watch it once? I've been on a million planes and I'm like, this is the same as Lauren
You
going to all
absorbed
these
it.
hockey games, but you still don't. But it's like, why are we so lazy? Why don't we just like put the effort forth to put the concentration in to know know what's going on at least once.
Look, I've tried with hockey. I can't do it. I don't understand. I understand. I've learned every other sport but hockey.
I mean, what's more than
Isn't
just
hockey,
get it in the net?
I know.
Like there's more to that.
I don't like it.
There's more to every sport. Every sport's so intricate.
Oh my
Even
God.
tennis.
I'm watching
playing
it.
tennis
They're
now.
going back and forth with the puck, and then all of a sudden it looks very normal. The whole crowd goes, "Oh, what was that?" I'm like,
Really?
I do not understand what that was.
Yeah, Jared's like they're in a power play the last 2 minutes.
Power
I'm like,
play's easy. You take
that?
1 or 2 players off or something, and then it's like 3 against 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what's so hilarious is like, why we've been sitting there since 2013. I've been on a plane since I was 2.
That's
Like,
funny.
why don't I know what to do?
Jared, of course,
open the exit door.
I just know
don't
something's gonna pop out of the ceiling and my raft is under the seat. That's literally
That's all
all I
you
know.
need.
That's all you need to know is that the raft's under the
there's
seat.
this cool big yellow slide that pops out if we land in the water. That's like literally all I know.
It's all to
Naz.
make you feel better, like you have some kind of control, but you're just going down.
But I'm saying
Yeah.
if it pops down, I don't know how to turn it on. I don't know how to
It's
put
goes-
the oxygen mask
the
on.
oxygen
You
will be
just pull it.
flowing. That's what it says. The oxygen will be flowing. Yeah.
you know it.
Okay.
And
Thank God.
do you at least pay more attention when you're in the exit row?
No, well, yes.
Okay.
But I've only been in the exit
Good.
row twice, but I only pay attention to the part that pertains to me. I don't watch the front. It's just the person's being like, you have to like open this door.
Do you look
Yeah.
at the instructions on the door? Because I always
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
Because
I
each
read
door
them
is
in
a little
English
different.
and Spanish.
Okay, very good.
Yes.
Jared, of course, like always gets the exit row so that like he could be Tom Cruise in the event
Jared
of.
would be an incredible exit row
Yeah.
passenger.
He would.
he probably would be, but there's
He'd
a
want to be
chance
Scully
that he
and
could
Tom
be,
Cruise, or Sully, not Scully.
Yeah, but he has such anxiety, you guys. Like when we take off, he holds Lois and me so tight, and like it's very cute. He gets very like sensitive and mushy. Like he puts his little forehead like right there on my shoulder. So it's like part of him might be fantastic in the exit row, and part of him might be the worst. But I'd hope he would kick into
I
Tom
think
Cruise.
It would be
Yeah.
a fight or flight situation.
Guys, he looks at the pamphlet in the seat in front of him before every flight.
All
That's
right.
so
It's very
cute.
good.
I
know,
but he
it's
probably
so
does it to
nice.
ease
Very
anxiety.
cute.
I
It's
feel.
so good. It's
Yeah.
so good.
That's very sweet.
All right. Do you guys have any more? I don't get it because I have one. It's like more
think
of like
I'm
a
done.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a good ending one because it's like a little bit deeper and like a little bit more nostalgic and like deep.
So Lauren's gonna cry, and we'll begin this podcast crying and end it crying.
The circle of life.
That giraffe. You can never see Elton John's show at Caesar's Palace, $1 Million Piano.
probably can't.
You'd
Probably
be
can't.
all waterworks. when
Lauren
that
would
song
cry
comes
during
on.
the Princess Diana song. In that case, I feel
Oh
like.
yeah,
yeah.
Don't fuck. Here we go. Sorry, continue.
Okay, so youth is wasted on the young. This is just that phrase. I identify with it so much, especially I think in your 30s is when you have a sweet spot of really appreciating your youth when it's almost gone.
You're just trying to salvage it.
You're just like, okay, like, and I think it comes out a lot during the summer because
Right.
like being young in the summer has got to be something that is
the most
that you're gonna
fun.
miss so much
Yeah,
when you're
right.
like, I don't want to put an age on like adulthood or like
Don't
being
put an
old.
age on it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like can I do it just like for the sake of example?
Well, sure.
I want to say like 40 is when you're like, okay, like I'm not going to go gallivant on the beach now. Like, you know, like I have.
Do you know what
I don't know. Maybe you can go get gallivant
No,
on the beach.
you
It's
but
more of an
you
energy
can,
level
yeah.
rather than like can or cannot.
You know what it is? I think it's a societal pressure, which sucks, especially for women, because I think when I'm 40, I'm going to be questioning myself, like, is this a 30-year-old thing to do? Am I allowed to do
Yeah.
this? Is this sad? Can I do this? Which I think is like bullshit, but it exists.
Yeah.
Like there is that societal pressure where it's like, you shouldn't be wearing that anymore.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
so fucking annoying.
Yeah, it's kind of like with me with crop tops. I'm like, I like can't wear a bra top outside anymore, but could I wear? I can wear a crop
Yeah,
top.
but
for the
everything
next
at
few
Zara
years,
is a
right?
goddamn
I
crop top
know.
now. I bought a sweater the other day and I put it on. I'm like, this is a crop? I thought it was a regular sweater. Just finish the sweater.
But also,
I need-
don't
but I
also-
necessarily.
I know, but I need
love
real
the
clothes
crop.
for
I
work. But it's
know.
like,
Yeah.
that's all everyone wears now.
Yeah. Okay. So, but like kind of like on more of a macro level, because I think that's, well, first off, do you guys agree that summer and fall are the most nostalgic of seasons?
And winter, spring is
Winter.
not.
Spring is the
Spring
least
is the least
nostalgic. So
fall and winter the most.
I don't think winter is that nostalgic to me. I think like that Christmas time, yeah. But like when we like January, February, that's not nostalgic to me at all.
Well, because you grew up in a winter state. I grew up in Florida, so like just the holidays in general.
Okay.
And I get what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. The holiday time is
Yeah.
nostalgic, but once you get to January, February, I feel like it's January, February through May is like not nostalgic at all.
You're right.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? January is anxiety inducing as fuck.
because
it's like a new year.
yeah.
It's so you're
and you're
right.
like, there's nothing to look forward to right now because I have so many months of, well, for us, it was like cold.
the
and
nostalgia literally leaves at 11:59 p.m. on the 31st.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then when you enter
Just waiting
summer,
for school to come back.
and those summer smells start coming in and the feels and like all that, you're like, oh, wow, like all those memories of like youthful summers, like I'm going to say like, late teens, 20s, the memories start flowing, the different smells like activate certain things. And then you're like, oh, wow, like I was so young then and like it was so wild and free. Like everything was just so wild and free.
Yeah.
It was fun and everything seemed like the end of the world if it wasn't like working out. But it was actually like, there's that line that I know I've said before in the Jenaissance song. It's like, what is it? The times that seem the worst seem to...
Seems sweeter now.
No, the
I don't
times...
To live for the hope of it all.
know. Yeah, to live for the hope of it.
Yeah. Times that
hope.
Hunter was telling me the other day, he's like, do you remember the first day we really talked?
Aww.
Do you know the first thing you did was? I was like, no. He goes, you showed me 2 nudes of yourself.
Wait, Lauren,
He
what?
said, you showed me 2 nudes and said, which one's hotter?
Lauren,
that's so funny.
And I go, what the fuck? And he was like, yeah, that's what you did.
And that's when I knew I was going to marry you.
Basically is what he said. And then I was like, I said, how crazy. I would never think to do that.
Right.
Ever.
Especially now.
But wild, young, and 16,
You're just young,
you're
wild,
young and wild.
and
And
six,
free. You're like, what's
16.
the worst? I'm going to show this hot guy some nudes of myself and he's going to like it.
You were just always so much more confident. I wouldn't have done. I was the most.
But I would never, ever do that, So
I know, but you did, and I was the most non-confident at that age.
that's so crazy, Lauren. Hold on. My freaking roller coaster lyrics are not showing up correctly.
Oh no!
Oh my God.
Emergency 911. Oh
Put
yeah,
that
put
in
that in
Ashley's
guys.
notes.
So as I'm here in Rhode Island, I have a running list in my notes that I will not be sharing because they're so funny. But they're called Ashleyisms, and it's just like funny things.
Hold on.
Wait,
my
what-
roller coaster lyrics are not showing up correctly.
Hold on, my roller.
if my lyric is not correct, then I'm really sad. Yeah, okay, here it goes. Those days that were the worst, they seem to glow now.
Okay, there
Okay,
you go.
exactly, right? So you think about all those times and you're
Oh,
like,
that is
wow,
such-
I
that's
love
perfectly
such
said.
such a good lyric. So I think about those times and like all the fun summer memories and like the fact that we were just like bouncing around to all these concerts and like just singing at the top of our lungs and like
Yeah.
everything just seemed like if it doesn't work out today, like my life is going to be ruined,
Right,
but like in a
right.
fun sort of like there was
Yeah.
suspense about everything.
You miss
thing.
the highs and lows, and I think
Yeah,
that's
the
like
extreme highs and lows.
It's such an important lesson for me to remember too.
Yes.
because I feel like I'm going through not as exciting highs and lows, but it's like there is a day does come where you miss it.
Yes.
Isn't that
I tell you that
weird?
all the time.
I would never
You're never
wish-
going to feel those extremes once you found your person.
I would never wish this. The one thing I am excited about is that I'm gonna have a first kiss again, and I think that's I think that's one of my favorite feelings in the world.
That's
when
nice.
it's good, obviously. When
That's
it's bad,
nice.
it's like the worst.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, maybe I haven't had my first. I mean, maybe I have already. Who knows? Like you had no idea
Yeah.
with Hunter.
I know, how weird is
But
that?
but it's cool to know that I'm gonna have a first kiss again, and that's such a fun feeling.
That is awesome.
that you don't get back once you're like done.
I know.
It's weird.
So those this goes back to the youth is wasted on the young, because you look back and you're like, oh wow, I was like, just like if you could go back and relive that, you would, as like a 50-year-old, you would
would.
appreciate those moments so much
Right.
more. So that's why I think in our early 30s, it's so important to be like, you're still having those times right now, and like you need to savor it so much. Anyway, that's kind of
We
what-
should
Lauren,
end every
do you
pod-
have that. Lauren's been a little quiet here.
I have nothing to say.
Really, but do you agree with me?
That you have to savor the last grips of youth.
That the youth is wasted on the young.
Yeah,
yeah.
but like,
Yeah.
do you feel like when like summer comes, you feel like, oh wow, I'm still young and like I got to soak it all in? You're not just like a
No.
summer person.
I don't
guess.
feel that.
Summer is your season. We should discuss that on our next
I
ramble. We're
I
certain
feel
Do you feel
that
that
in
in fall?
October.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wake up every day like,
time
to live.
You're the ultimate goth. Yeah.
I'm like, okay, soak up every moment
But I
before
feel like
Halloween.
I guess I feel like that's a season that like every age can appreciate.
No. I think certain people, like I have a friend named Jackie, and summer, she's like, I can't fucking wait for summer.
Yeah,
And I think you're the same way. And I like October, like Lauren, because I think I skew a little more goth, and I loved long sleeves because I hated my arms. So I was like, October is my season. Now I don't know what my season is. I gotta discover it.
Of course, you can appreciate. I feel like with summer, you're like it's more of a drinking, like on the water, like in a bathing suit, like having no kids type of season. Like you're just like, oh, I want to like go on a boat with my friends and like just.
I never wanted to. I hated my body. I was like, bathing suits give me anxiety, and I don't want to be outside.
So as somebody who feels my most like I feel like beautiful in like a bathing suit by salt water, I guess that's why I'm like, oh, this is my youth. And then
you also met your husband on a beach
in a bathing suit
with humidity, and like
See,
in your
my
element.
zone.
That's your video game level.
Yeah.
It's like everyone has a video game level they love, and that's yours.
Well, you guys get to enjoy your season for the rest of your life.
Mine's like covered up, like hiking a mountain, I think, right now. But I guess that would be October.
You guys, I'm also clarifying here. It's not like once you like have kids and are older that you can't appreciate your favorite season.
You just can't be out until like 2 a.m. in a parking lot somewhere.
Yeah. Not that I do that, but
Well, I love this. I think that we should end every podcast with you picking a lyric that you loved from your youth.
I don't know.
And translating it into wisdom.
That's not even my youth. That came out 2 years ago.
Well, you're still
but
young.
It was about our, heyday.
You're still young. Anyways, I loved doing this podcast IRL. It's so nice to see you guys in 3D.
Nice.
I love it.
So fun. All right.
Wow, that sounded like you were not telling the truth.
No, it was truly a pleasure. Look, what did they say at the end of Titanic?
What
does the guy say at the end of Titanic when they play with the violin?
Oh, shit,
gentlemen, it was true honor, I think.
It was an honor and a pleasure?
Something like that.
Fuck off. We'll find out.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye. Love you.
If you want to be the most interesting person at the cocktail party, well, hop on over and listen to the Brain Candy podcast.
Our award-winning content will have you laughing while you're learning.
We read all the best articles, books, and studies and keep up with new TV shows, documentaries, and pop culture. And then we cram it all into 2 shows a week.
Conspiracy theories, cannibal rabbits, unsolved mysteries, the history of the Walkman. There's something for everyone.
The Brain Candy Podcast. Find our link in the show notes.
Or simply search for the Brain Candy Podcast on your podcast app.
I don't get it.
Podcast.